Hello, everybody. Oh, Laura.
My bad. I didn't know I was going to be the only one on camera, so I'm
That's all right. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Great.
Thankfully, we didn't accidentally get not suitable for work there right off the bat with the light.
I know.
No, nothing bad, but I made my bed for you, millennial. So
wow, looks nice.
Thank you. Sorry. Anyway.
Oh, so funny. Well, I just want to say right off the bat that thank you to everyone in chat for being here, and I just want to let everyone know we're not showing any brand new videos. We just want to talk about something that we saw in one of the interrogation videos that relates to I think a passage of a V.C. Andrew book, Ruby, that a lot of you have been telling me that she took some of her storylines from. Hey, Nancy.
Hey, Nancy.
I'm
Hi,
sure
Nancy.
she'll be with us soon.
I'm going to come back in. I have to mess with some settings real quick.
Okay.
No problem. No problem. Well, I'm going to go ahead. I just wanted to put that out there in case anyone was under the impression that we were going to be showing brand new videos. That's not the case. So I didn't want anyone to feel, clickbaited or anything if they misunderstood.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and bring up that part of the interrogation.
Okay.
So y'all can see what I'm talking about, because I had never, ever heard this before, and I wonder if anyone else has. So I'm going to go ahead and mute, and let's take a listen.
Okay.
Very similar.
How so? How'd you get to this conclusion?
Well, they both have this way about them that they don't like to spend a lot of money, so they don't live in a life of luxury.
Okay.
In Louisiana, it's you get married, or you're born, you grow up, you get married, you have kids, and it starts all over again.
Uh-huh.
And that's pretty much how hillbillies are too.
Yeah.
And my mom was supposed to marry someone else to benefit the company of a shrimping boat, because my mom worked on a shrimping boat with her dad, and it's just a tradition that a lot of teenagers pass on to their kids. And instead, she met my dad, and anyway, she said that the guy she was supposed to marry's son and her daughter, me, was supposed to get married and make a union to benefit a company to stronger the shrimping business, make it more profitable.
Uh-huh.
But I moved away, so I'm like, no arranged marriage.
Have any of y'all ever heard anything about this?
So I remember seeing this when I first watched the interrogation video about a year or more ago. And I always wondered about it.
Oh my God, look at Laura.
Hello again.
Hey, Laura, nice profile picture.
Thank you. I stole it off Reddit. I should have checked who did it first. I'll check later. Shout out to you.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I just never noticed this if it was out before, and I just wonder what the hell she was talking about. I feel like this is probably just a random story that she made up, but I did find a kind of similar story in V.C. Andrews in the Ruby book, book 1.
That's interesting.
A few people in the chat said, are Audrey and Ashley baby here? They had some stuff to do. We're running late. I think they're in the comments, but they have links to pop on up if they end up having time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I never heard this story anywhere. I didn't know if maybe there was something similar said at some point about the family and she just kind of exaggerated and ran with it, or if she just straight up made this up.
I wondered about it as far as like, so was her grandpa in the shrimping business, or
I thought he did something else. Let me see if I can Google real quick.
I thought I
Anyone
remember.
knows in the chat,
thought
let
it-
us know in the comments.
Sorry, I thought I remember hearing. I thought I remembered hearing somebody say that Dee Dee helped him on the boat, other than Gypsy. But I don't remember.
Yeah.
Because I thought, well, if if he did run a shrimping boat or something like that, was a trawler or whatever, then maybe the story could be legitimate, that they had some kind of family, arrangements or whatever. It's normal. It happens all the time.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, everything that we've heard about the Petries is that they were pretty poor and hard up.
Yeah.
Miss Haven said in the comments, we have seen image of her on our dad's boat shrimping. Are you talking about Dee Dee, Miss Behaven? Says there was a clip of Dee Dee on some sort of boat. Interesting. If she talks, I'll play a little more. She talks about, so she only went shrimp trawling once, and that it was smelly and stuff. Yeah, Miss Behaven said, yeah, it was Dee Dee. I think that Rod worked on a boat that did something like that, but he's a boat captain now, Dana. I'm not positive. I mean, obviously I don't know what the Petrie's business is. Let me look and see what she says in her book real quick.
Oh, good idea.
I'll search my copy.
I need to get a Kindle version so I can get a searchable copy.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier.
And the voice on the Audible is just horrible.
Nancy, we cannot hear you. Just got a text from her asking if we could hear her.
Oh, no, we can't hear you, Nance.
Okay, just a second. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves if you don't mind while I search this.
I just wanted to say that I got this off of Reddit, and it looks like the person who posted it was on GRB Snark, living_problem 6157. I don't know anything about you, but I think this is cool as hell. So I had to use it, but I didn't want to steal it. So anyway.
her audiobook, Misbehavin', is on Audible. I just bought it there.
Yeah, I searched boat and shrimp, and I couldn't find anything about the grandpa's job. Mighty Mulata, no, she said that there was a family that was in the shrimp and boat business, and that they wanted the families to marry and merge so it'd be good for business. I don't think she said it was going to be a cousin. I might have missed something.
I didn't hear a cousin, no.
I wouldn't put it past Gypsy at this point from everything that we know.
Yeah.
That'd be like the least weird thing that we've heard her mention.
Ugh, yeah.
Oh, Misbehavin', I haven't gone over Gypsy's audiobook. I just let my cousin listen to it, and there's some footage on my channel from that.
Mm-hmm. So let's hear the rest of what she started talking about real quick.
When I think of a shrimping company, all I can think of is Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Well, I've only been trawling once.
Okay, how was it?
Not fun.
Not fun?
Not fun. Not for me. I don't like the smell.
How was it smelly?
It was smelly and sweaty.
Can imagine. Probably hard work too.
My mom did more work. I was only like about 5 at the time.
Okay, so you just got to hang out a lot.
Yeah, I just got to hang out and watch my grandfather do it.
Okay, very cool.
I'm not from New Orleans. I'm from a very, very small town in the southest part of South. It's Golden Meadow, Louisiana.
Golden Meadow.
Mm-hmm. It's by Grand Isle.
Grand Isle. I'm trying to picture picture. I can't picture Grand Isle. You got any other big cities near that I can try and picture?
I got invited to Grand Isle.
Nice. I've drove through there, but yeah. Yeah, it's such a weird story for her to throw out, which we know Gypsy does that, just randomly makes up lies that she feels are interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Someone asked in the comments, what's the name of the book that we're talking about? It's V.C. Andrews' Ruby, debut of the Landry series.
Yeah, and I tried listening to it, like I said before.
Oh, crap.
Oh, my bad.
No, I accidentally removed you from the stage. I meant to remove the YouTube video of Gypsy.
No, you're good. I was just saying I tried to listen to this book before CrimeCon on the plane, and I listened to like maybe a chapter and a half or something like that, and I just couldn't get through it.
Yeah, I looked up which part to go to, which part mentioned the family wanting Ruby to be in an arranged marriage, and it's the grandpa specifically.
Mm.
So I'm going to start there. If anyone has the book, it is V.C. Andrews' Ruby. This is book 1, page 159, where I'm starting at. So Ruby had just turned down, she's 15, and she had just turned down some guy named Paul Tate that who was talking to her about marriage.
Mm-hmm.
She went home to her grandparents' house where she lived. Evie Longoria, it's V.C. Andrews' Ruby, the Landry series, book 1. So she went back to her grandparents' house, and then here's where we're starting. She says, the roar of Grandpa's laughter greeted me and was immediately followed by the laughter of a stranger. I walked into the kitchen slowly to discover Grandpere Jack sitting at the table. He and a man I recognized as Buster Trawhaw, the son of a rich sugar plantation owner, sat hunched over a large bowl of crawfish. There were at least a half a dozen or so empty bottles of beer on the table that they had drawn out of a case by the floor at their feet. Buster Trawhaw was a man in his mid-30s, tall and stout, with a circle of fat around his stomach and sides that made it look as if he wore an inner tube under his shirt. All of the features of his face were distorted by bloat. Now I'm going to skip a couple of paragraphs of description. Grandpere Jack spun around in his chair when he caught Buster's smile. Where have you been, girl? Grandpere demanded. I went for a walk, I said. Me and Buster have been out here waiting on you, Grandpere said. Buster's our guest for dinner tonight. I nodded and went to the icebox. Can't you say hello to him? Hello, I said, and turned back to the icebox. Did you bring any fish or duck or anything for the gumbo, Grandpere? I asked without looking at him. I took out some vegetables. There's a pile of shrimp in the sink just waiting to be shelled, he replied. She's a hell of a cook, Buster. I'd match her gumbo, her jambalaya, etouffee, and with any in the bayou. Don't say, Buster replied. You'll soon see. Yes, sir, you will. And look how nicely she keeps the house, even with a hog like me living in it, Grandpere said. I turned and gazed at him suspiciously, my eyes no more than dark slits. He sounded like he was doing a lot more than bragging about his granddaughter. He sounded like someone advertising something he wanted to sell. Buster here knows about you, Ruby. He told me he's seen you walking along the road or tending to the stall in town many times. Ain't that right, Buster? Yes, sir, it is, and I always liked what I saw, he said. You keep yourself nice and pretty, Ruby. Thank you, I said, and turned away, my heart beginning to pound. I told Buster here that my granddaughter, she's getting to the point where she should think of settling down and having a place of her own kitchen, her own flock to tend, Grandpere Jax continued. Most women in the bayou end up no better than where they were to start, but Buster here, he's got one of the best plantations going. One of the biggest and the best, Buster said. I'm still going to school, Grandpere, I said. I kept my back to him and Buster so neither would see the fear on my face or the tears starting to escape my eyelids. All school ain't important anymore, not at your age. You've already gone longer than I did, Grandpere said. And a lot longer than Buster here, for sure. The two of them laughed. Buster's father is a sick man. He says his days are numbered. Buster's going to inherit the whole thing, ain't you, Buster? That's true, and I deserve it, too. Hear that, Ruby? Grandpere said. I'm talking to you, child. I heard, Grandpere said, but I told you I'm not ready to marry anyone, and I'm still in school. I want to be an artist anyway. I thought that part was interesting, considering, she keeps saying that her dream is to be an artist. Let's see. They go on for quite a bit of time, just a bunch of back and forth like that. Then there's another part that I thought was super interesting. Buster, they start like actually negotiating money for Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
And then Buster leaves. And the grandpa says, I see these busybodies have filled you with defiance and turned you against me. Well, I'm doing what's best for you by convincing a man as rich and prosperous as Buster to take interest in you. If I make something on the side too, you should be happy for me. I'm not, and I won't marry Buster, Traha, I cried. Yes, you will, Grandpierre said, and you'll thank me for it too. Then he turned and left my room, pounding down the stairs. Short while later, I heard him turn on the radio. Then I heard some beer bottles clink and shatter. He was having one of his tantrums. I decided to wait into my room until he fell in a stupor, and afterward I would leave. I started to pack a small bag, being selective as I could about what I would take because I knew I had to travel light. I had my art money hidden under the mattress, but I decided not to take it out until just before I was ready to leave. Of course, I would take the photograph of my mother and the one of my real father and my sister. As I pondered what else to bring, I heard Grandpierre's ranting grow more intense. Something else shattered and a chair was smashed. Shortly afterwards, I heard something rattle, and then I heard his heavy, unsure steps on the stairs. Going somewhere, are ya? He asked me, smiling. I shook my head. Thought you might do that. Thought you might leave me looking the fool. Grandpierre, please, I began, but he stepped forward with surprising agility and seized my ankle. I screamed as he wrapped what looked like a bicycle chain around it and then ran the chain around the leg of the bed. I heard him snap on a lock before he stood up. There, that should bring you to your senses. Grandpierre, unlock me. You'll be thanking me, he muttered, thanking me. Grandpierre, I screamed. My throat ached with the effort and the tears. When I stopped and listened, it sounded as if he had tripped and fallen down the stairs. Stunned by what he had done, I could only lie there and sob until my chest felt as if it were filled with stones. Grandpierre was worse than a swamp animal. He was a monster, for swamp animals would never be as cruel to their own kind, I thought. Out of exhaustion and fear, I fell asleep, eagerly accepting the slumber as a form of escape from the horror I had never awoke. So yeah, I'm trying to scan forward and see if it says how long she was supposedly kept chained up. But I thought that was interesting. I'm looking for the narrative of an arranged marriage to match one thing we heard that appears to be like just a random made-up lie. And I discover what might have been something that started her on her chain to the bed, fantasies that she talked about. She talked about that in videos to Nick, saying that it was a turn on that she wanted. And then she accused Dee Dee of that as part of abuse. It's just, sounds like something that she fixated on.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, she talked about it a lot in those videos.
Right.
And for somebody who was so immersed in that thinking, it's just a little weird that she would then put all of that on her mom.
Yeah, it seems like everything that she had ever been fixated on, she ended up claiming as like her abuse story.
Yeah.
Most things that she asked Nick to do to her in those videos are things that after the fact she accused Dee Dee of doing.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So why?
Do we have someone missing? Oh no, we got everybody. Yeah, it's really, really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts, Nancy? Oh, she may still not have sound.
I think Nancy's having audio issues this time.
Why don't you go out and then come back in, Nancy?
This time it's not us. Woo! No, I'm just playing.
I'll kick you from the studio, Nancy. That way you can come back in and then maybe you'll be able to hear us, or we'll be able to hear you that time. Be watching for her to come back in. But a few people just come in the comments and we're curious what we're talking about. We watched a part of Gypsy's interrogation where she told the dude who was not interrogating her, but the one just watching over her, this wild story about how her and her mom both were supposed to be in an arranged marriage to benefit her grandpa's shrimp boat company. And a lot of people had told me to look at the VC Andrews Ruby book because she took a lot of her stories from there. And I started looking, and there's an arranged marriage for a family benefit story in there. And I thought that was really weird and worth talking about.
I think it is.
It really seems that life imitates art.
For real. Oh my God. Like, it's weird how many things from stories she just constantly tries to emulate. Hey, Nancy, can you hear us now? Or can we hear you? Oops, she muted.
Dang. It's Nancy's
No,
new
we can't
computer.
hear you. It worked last night.
I know.
Yeah, Christine Micro, I don't know. Like, that's what I wondered. Like, I haven't heard of the Petries ever having any kind of family business. And some people said that, there are pictures of Dee Dee on a shrimp boat and stuff like that. But I don't, as far as I know, we don't know if Claude owned a shrimp boat, if he just worked on one. Like, a lot of people work on shrimp boats down there.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't there a couple of people that are in that family that are kind of in the anti-gypsy community that you think might answer that question or have the answer to that question?
I'm hoping.
They probably do, but I feel like that family is kind of sick of being harassed by creators. So
No,
maybe,
that's fair.
yeah, maybe if they see this, they would choose to answer in the comments.
Yeah, sound off if anybody knows. Yeah, I've never reached out to any of them because they got a lot going on.
Yeah. Most trawlers use their own boats and file like a freelance contractor. Right. That's my thing is like, even if Claude did have a small shrimp boat or something, I can't imagine, like, the Petries don't strike me as a family that would be benefiting from an arranged marriage. Does anyone else see it?
No, they don't strike me as that, but that doesn't mean anything because, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I genuinely have no clue. It doesn't seem probable to me, but I mean, stranger things have happened, I guess.
mhm.
Yeah, I mean, to me, for an arranged marriage to benefit a family, like, there has to be money,
Hmm.
like here, like what Mighty Mulatto is saying, there's not a lot of old money in the area that we're talking about. And the Petries don't portray like an old money kind of family.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely not.
so it's like, how is an arranged marriage going to actually benefit the family?
I
Mhm.
mean, I know it can be a culture thing for some, but I mean, I've never heard anything about Louisiana culture being like that, but I don't, that's just the only thing I could think of if it's like a cultural thing for them, but I don't know
Yeah.
where that would tie to.
Mhm.
Yeah, really weird. There is another part of that where she starts talking about cooking, her mom's cooking and stuff.
Hmm.
I thought would be interesting to take a listen and discuss. Let me go to that part real quick. And we'll share again. This is part that she started talking about right after telling him that Nick got arrested for watching porn.
The closest thing would be New Orleans.
But that's
Because it's like New Orleans is here, and there's a bunch of kind of like where Louisiana makes the boot shape, the tip of the boot,
okay. So
the
you're
very
way,
bottom of the boot.
okay. Gotcha. You're way down there. That'd have been cool growing up by the ocean, though.
It's mostly swamps.
Okay. So nice.
You can't go swimming too much. It's
Yeah,
muddy
okay.
water. You think it's the ocean. You think it's all clean and everything.
Oops, I was muted. I've been talking. I looked up the part that I wanted to take us to, and then I forgot to actually click on it and move the video there. So let me get us to the right part, friends.
All good.
Here we go.
Were you born in Louisiana?
Mhm.
So originally from Louisiana.
Wish I could say I'm as good as a cook as my mom, but I'm just now starting to learn to cook macaroni and cheese.
There's nothing wrong with mac and cheese.
She said, I wouldn't say I'm as good of a cook as my mom. I'm just now learning to make macaroni and cheese. I thought that was funny considering what Charles Goldhammer said about her trying to make mac and cheese at Nick's house.
Yeah, with cold milk or with milk and butter and making it cold. That's so
Yeah,
weird.
she didn't boil the noodles first. She put everything all in together and mixed it up.
Why the hell would you even think that that's normal?
It's really weird. I think Dee Dee just literally did everything for her.
Yeah,
Oh, there she is.
I agree. Her mom just did everything for her, and she didn't really have to participate in much. But also, her mom's cooking for them. You know, like that
Yeah.
whole narrative too.
Exactly. Yeah, I thought both of those things were good points there because she talks several times about what a good cook her mom is. But then after she got out of prison, all of a sudden she never even had real food before prison.
That's so ridiculous. I mean, the fact that Melissa Moore went on the internet for the world to see and actually said that,
Right?
it's so weird.
Yeah, that's stuff like that is what made me start side-eyeing Melissa Moore and look into her.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I'm glad you can talk to us now, Nancy. It's good to have you.
Thank you. I like how somebody said that she can read those books, but she can't read the back of the mac and cheese box.
Right. Yeah,
Right?
a VC Andrews book, but not the mac and cheese craft instructions.
It's selective learning.
Evie, I don't know. Like, I guess she could have been acting whenever she made a mess of those eggs at Kian's. Because she sure messed those up. Kian said she didn't even grease the pan or nothing.
Yeah. And then she made like spaghetti with like sausages or hot dogs or something like that.
Yeah. She starts talking about spaghetti with shrimp in it to this guy. Let's listen a little more.
But my mom knows how to make pretty much anything Cajun.
Oh, really?
Gumbo especially. That's my favorite.
Alright, I always wanted to try gumbo.
Oh,
You always hear
it's
people
so
talk.
good.
I'm a big crawfish fan.
So, I never had crawfish, only shrimp.
Okay.
As far as seafood goes, I've had fried fish and shrimp.
Okay. Yeah, seafood.
As far as seafood goes,
It's probably my favorite thing. It's really good. Shrimp is probably my favorite food of all time.
Sauteed shrimp.
Any kind of shrimp. Except for the coconut stuff. It takes away the flavor from the shrimp.
Never had that.
No? The coconut breaded or whatever it is. Something like that. I just like plain old shrimp. Good stuff.
I like them either fried or sauteed. Fried and spaghetti.
And spaghetti?
And spaghetti.
Can't say I've ever had it in spaghetti. I think a shrimp's good with anything.
But one of the things is, it's kind of like a jambalaya.
Mm-hmm.
So it's spaghetti is similar to a jambalaya. You just have to add slightly different ingredients.
For jambalaya.
For jambalaya, you add your shrimp and your smoked sausage and your other seasonings, but you put it over rice instead of spaghetti.
Oh, okay. I probably like that better. Yeah, I'm not a big spaghetti fan. Jambalaya's not very good though.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty tasty.
The only thing is, a lot of people ask me, "You're from Louisiana? Do you like alligator meat?" I'm like, no, never had it.
I think I've had alligator tail once. At least that's what they told me it was. It tasted like chicken, so it's probably chicken.
Oh my gosh.
It was either at State Fair, Summerfest. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like a big music festival in Milwaukee. All over different bands and different foods.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Frog legs? Ever had frog legs?
No.
No?
I'm kind of picky whenever it comes to eating, like anything that doesn't sound good. I'm like,
It's true. No one says who frog legs. That sounds delicious. That just doesn't happen. It has a point. Yeah, I wonder who thought of that. You know what? Let's open up a restaurant. Serve frog legs. I feel like that wouldn't be very good on the restaurant plan, but
no.
worked out for someone.
And what I've learned is Cajuns and hillbillies don't have that much more of a difference.
No?
No,
Pretty similar?
very similar.
How so? How'd you get to this conclusion? Curious.
Well, they both have this way about them that they don't like to spend a lot of money, so they don't live in a life of luxury.
Okay.
In Louisiana, it's you get married, or you're born, you grow up, you get married, you have kids, and it starts all over again.
Uh-huh.
And that's pretty much how hillbillies are too.
Yeah.
And my mom was supposed to marry someone else to benefit the company of a shrimping boat, because my mom worked on a shrimping boat with her dad, and it's just a tradition that a lot of Cajuns pass on to their kids. And instead, she met my dad, and anyway, she said that the guy she was supposed to marry's son and her daughter, me, was supposed to get married and make a union to benefit a company to stronger the shrimping business, make it more profitable.
Uh-huh.
Are y'all hearing this? Like, it's just weird. And
yeah.
She's sitting there spinning all these tales when she knows that, she just killed Dee Dee.
Mm-hmm.
She'll talk to him about anything, won't she? I mean, just no regard for what's to come, which is she needs a defense that says her mom didn't feed her, it's crazy now to think she just tell him anything and it's all here.
I think she really, until they put the handcuffs on her, I think she really, really thought she was just going to go home.
Yeah.
Back to the pink house, and Nick was going to take the full blame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and the fact that she sat in this interrogation room talking about walking and eating and all of these different things, and yet the narrative is still that she wasn't able to do these things, is mind-blowing, that this has been out for a long time. And the fact that documentaries and all of these different things have seen this footage.
Yeah.
What? I definitely will never look at a documentary the same after Gypsy Rose.
Right? Yeah. I'm like, okay, what are they trying to convince me of, and what's the real facts?
Mm-hmm. And that's a shame because, we've always thought that documentaries would have some, bent towards one side or the other, but not to be that nefariously dishonest.
Right. Shorty Pie said something here that made me think of something. So, said as if she was rich. Yeah, it totally sounds like she's trying to imply here that, her family is just so rich and important that there was an arranged marriage for the family and she had to get away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in her text to Nick, at one point, she starts saying to Nick, she starts implying that his house is too small, the town is too small. Like she tried to act like she was very rich and cosmopolitan, and this was going to be a big step down kind of thing.
Yeah, I remember that. And she also said something to the effect of, in one of the videos or something, she said something like, something to the effect of like, they want my money or somebody wants my money or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I do remember. It was one of the first ones we showed because we were laughing about that on the live. She's like,
Yeah.
people just want me for my money or something like that. Like as if she has money.
But in her mind, maybe, I mean, you know, if you look through it through the weird, crazy lens, I mean, she was going on lavish trips. She was doing fun things. She was getting a free house. I mean, a free house to me when I was poor growing up in a trailer would have been a big deal.
Yeah.
So I don't know what lens she was looking through.
Well, that's a good point because remember how she was bragging to Nick that they didn't need money because Demona could get everything that they needed. I think she kind of saw her stealing as her art of stealing basically is like money in the bank and that people would want her for that.
Interesting way.
Weirdo.
Just really, really weird.
Yeah.
You see what's next on this. Okay, she goes on to talk about, you know, the arranged marriage thing, but there was one more deal I wanted to point out. And it kind of escaped me. Let me search real quick.
I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm releasing all of the videos that I get that are legally able to be released. So some of the interviews with like some of the prisoners and different things like that, that's the way they sent it to me. And I'm just releasing it for you guys to see. And hopefully through all of these videos and all of the files that we put out, maybe we can piece some things together.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciated that you put out the interrogations unedited because there's just so much I hadn't personally saw because I'd watched them on channels that had cut out stuff that they felt was irrelevant. But now that we know so much, every little thing's becoming relevant.
Yeah.
That's right. You don't know what you don't know, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Misbehaving. There was a couple of prison interviews, but they didn't really have anything in them. One of them did. You'll just have to find them on my channel, but I don't know. I just figure by releasing everything, we can put it all together, hopefully. And so many smart people out there that catch things that I don't catch all the time.
Yep. I love it whenever we get stuff out there and we catch as much as we can and then everybody else goes through it and all of us together end up finding everything.
And I don't see half of the stuff that other people see. And I almost feel like it's because I've been conditioned for so long to just look at the information and it's supposed to be true, you know? And so I think my mind still hasn't gotten to the point where I'm trying to dissect every image or video that I look at.
Yeah. Evie Longoria, yes, we said at the beginning of this live, this is not going to be any unseen footage. We just wanted to talk about these things. So this is nothing that this is not brand new unseen stuff.
And to your point, Amber, a normal person just can't comprehend how somebody could be so evil and so cunning, and you don't live like that, so it's hard for you to imagine being like that.
Yeah. Although I have lived an interesting life, and you would think that all of the things I've seen and and experienced would lead me to be more I don't know, lead me to dissect more things. But for whatever reason, I don't know why, but I guess I'm just conditioned to just believe everything I see.
I get it. It's this stuff makes you want to think like a conspiracy theorist and put on our tinfoil hats, because like how could someone lie as much as Gypsy?
Yeah.
Right.
I thought this part here was interesting. Take a look. She's talking about different flavors of pop at Epcot.
On,
Oh, the monorail.
yeah, the monorail to ride around. I
Mhm.
thought that was so cool. And then I think it was Epcot.
Mhm.
They had a bunch of different flavors of soda or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went through that.
Yeah, well,
You tried Beverly?
there was your
That's the really bad one.
Beverly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
That's the
remember.
icky tasting one.
Was it?
Yeah,
There's a lot of weird.
they say it's from Germany, but they import it in especially for that,
Okay.
just for the icky taste.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure that didn't help your sugar rush at all.
No, it's gonna be. I'm like, one of these kids that like dare me to drink it. So I'm like, I take a full cup and I chug it all down at once. Swallow it, no bad taste. I'm like, I want more.
Really?
And then mom's like, no, you have to sip. I'm like,
So that's where the difference came in.
mm,
I'm trying to think. I don't remember any really bad one. It was so long ago though. What did it taste like? Just bad,
like rotten
unexplainably terrible.
eggs and a very, very bitter taste.
So it's this joke soda pop that has a bad taste, and she says that Dee Dee, dared her to drink a full deal of it, and she just downed it. So it, I just, like you said, Amber, it's just amazing that she got the plea deal based on this narrative that she never had real food and wasn't allowed to walk, but she sat there and blabbed all this stuff.
Yeah. I just don't understand it.
Yeah. Miss Behaven, I don't offhand, but I think it's in her DOC docs in Amber's Google Drive.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yep, good point, Mighty Mulatto. She described, spaghetti shrimp, that's unusual, but in South Louisiana, it's kind of common. They do a lot of different versions of spaghetti down there, and shrimp is just so plentiful that it ends up kind of going in everything a lot of times. But so I don't doubt that Dee Dee made that. But yeah, Gypsy said she liked that. That was one of the ways she likes it. She likes shrimp sauteed and in spaghetti.
Everybody keeps bringing up the fact she's flirting with this officer.
Oh yeah. I've always heard. I've never seen the officer's face. I've never seen his face showed, but I've heard other people say that they intentionally put a younger, handsome officer there to guard her because she couldn't ever resist flirting and talking to anyone that was young or youngish or relatively handsome. And that seems to be a good call because she is just blabbing everything in the world of this guy.
And the vibe I get off of her, it's like she's like super excited to tell this guy her life.
Yeah. Yeah, she always sounds very proud of her life and everything her mom did until she needed a deal.
Yep.
And even here, she's very animated. She's walking. She's, just not this emaciated, malnourished, can't use my legs person. So bizarre. So bizarre.
Yep.
Nancy, you got to start asking some questions.
Yeah, it's very weird to me that she just sat there and blabbed all that, no prob. But to me, it can just only indicate that she totally, totally thought she was going home.
I completely agree with that. She thought she'd crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's.
She sure did.
I want to skip to another part real quick I thought was interesting. See what y'all think.
Interesting.
But my mom and I go down there probably once every 2-3 years.
Okay.
We save up our money and we usually like to stay 3 weeks in Florida.
Wow.
Just so we don't rush because there's so much to see that you can't do it all in one day.
Right.
So we usually do half park one day, take a day off, half park the next,
Okay.
and go
That's
like that.
You know, play yourself out.
Right.
That otherwise, after 3 days, you're like, oh, I just want to go home.
At the end of the
Hey,
trip, I was
Papa.
pretty tired. And then my poor mom got kidnapped.
Yes.
They spent 3 weeks in Florida each time they went.
Yes.
That is a lot of money.
These were not quick trips. I mean, yeah.
And so it goes back to, if I'm going to be in a relationship with you, you know, I'm not poor.
Right.
She can't see herself as poor going down to Florida and doing all these things for 3 or 4 weeks. No way.
Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, I lived in Florida. I went to all of those parks. I lived in the Kissimmee area. Actually, I lived in Kissimmee. And we went to those parks all the time. And good grief, 3 weeks in Florida is expensive.
Yeah. Very.
Stones there at both places.
Did y'all hear what she said? She said that Dee Dee got kidney stones while they were there and had to be taken away in an ambulance.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
I'm going to run that back just a little bit.
Rotten
Unexplainably terrible.
eggs and a very, very bitter taste.
I went too far.
And
Those Germans are crazy. You never know.
now you know they're building a new section in Animal Kingdom, Avatar Land.
Really?
Mhm.
Based off the movie?
Yeah.
Really?
And they're gonna have the
You know, play yourself out.
right.
That otherwise, after 3 days, you're like, oh, I just want to go home.
At the end of the trip, I was pretty tired. And then my poor mom got kidney stones there at both places, Universal and Disney World, 12 of them. And she had to be taken by ambulance to Celebration Hospital.
Really?
That was
It's not a very enjoyable vacation.
Does anyone know what Celebration Hospital is? Is that something at Disney World?
No, it's Celebration is basically a small little town right outside of Disney. And it's basically like a Disney town.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that she knew she went to Celebration Hospital just made me laugh. I don't know why.
Well, she basically lived down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 12 kidney stones. Yeah. That's a lot.
And like I remember we saw kidney stone stuff at the house in the crime scene pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like maybe that's true. Would you guys assume that's true?
Yeah, it's true. I'm pretty sure that's all true.
And it's hard to imagine, you know, all of the medical things that Dee Dee was going through, and she still was trying to be on the move and on the go all the time with Gypsy.
Mm-hmm. And dialysis. I don't know if she was on dialysis, but it's a good question.
Yeah, don't kidney stones cause a lot of pain?
Oh yeah, my husband gets them. He gets them from peanut butter.
Oh wow.
So, and that's like his favorite thing is peanut butter. So sometimes he'll eat it and regret it later. Actually,
Oh, no.
all the time.
Oh,
And I've seen him in the backyard. Actually, when we lived in Kissimmee, the first time he got a kidney stone,
Mhm.
he was in the backyard, just like walking around, like basically crying. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like it before.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I have two friends that get it from drinking a lot of soda. Like they say that's what brings it on for them.
Uh-huh.
Dehydration and just not drinking enough water. So
Mm.
I wonder with all that Pepsi around.
It's just hard to imagine all the stuff that we're finding out that Dee Dee actually suffered from, how much she was doing for Gypsy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't know if I've said this or not online or not, but the fact that Dee Dee would actually pick Gypsy up out of that wheelchair and transport her from, you know, from the car to the wheelchair or whatever. And we know that Dee Dee had this busted leg that was always hurting her. It pisses me off when I see those videos of her doing that.
Yeah. For real. And it also takes me back to some things that I read in her book. And it's just, it really makes you mad. I'm looking up a couple of them here real quick to share.
And even just pushing her in the wheelchair when we know that there's a different narrative going on.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Dee Dee used that wheelchair as more like a walker or something.
It's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Although when I was watching her wheel Gypsy into Cox Hospital, she seemed to be walking pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a little like swing to her gait, like maybe one leg she didn't put full weight on.
Yeah, but she was walking pretty good. I mean, because I remember seeing some footage from inside of the hospital near the Coke machine, and she just looked like run down and exhausted. But then when I was just looking at the footage from her coming into the hospital and talking to the people at the reception desk, she seemed, you know, pretty put together and looked good.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, there's a part in her book where she implies that Dee Dee bought the Nissan Cube because she couldn't get the motorized wheelchair in the Nissan Cube, and that Gypsy had to use the collapsible, pushable wheelchair then. And Gypsy was saying that she believed Dee Dee did that so that she couldn't as easily get away from her as she could in a motorized wheelchair. If some of what we've seen is true, and if 2011 is whenever Gypsy told Dee Dee that she's been faking some of her symptoms, maybe Dee Dee was like, screw your motorized chair. If you insist on one, wheel yourself, you know, or whatever, or at least, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a theory.
So I could see her doing that, but she was in the motorized wheelchair the whole time, basically.
I mean, she wasn't in the Cox footage that was near the end.
That's true.
And that she only got the Nissan Cube a few months before the murder.
Yeah. I think 3 months.
Yeah, so she would have been in the motorized all the time right until then. So the fact that she was in a collapsible, pushable one, and that one seems like that might be accurate. Yeah, I agree, Mandy J. UK. Dee Dee's van was breaking down. She needed a new vehicle. There could be a lot of reasons why she went with the Cube. You know, maybe she had trouble getting finance. Maybe that was the only place. Maybe that was the one where she could afford the down payment kind of thing. But I really find it hard to believe Gypsy's story that Dee Dee got that Nissan Cube so that Gypsy couldn't be in her motorized wheelchair anymore.
Yeah, I don't believe it either.
What do you think, Nancy? Thank you, woman preacher. I appreciate that.
I think Alora had a cube, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's the one that got T-boned. She got T-boned in it.
Yeah.
The Gypsy was probably pretty happy because if she could offer mom, she'd get a house and a new car. New to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She might have liked that cube. Let me see what's coming up next. She's talking about the Florida results. She's like, oh, they have pools and trivia nights.
Oh, she had a scion. My bad.
She had what?
Laura had a scion. My bad.
Oh, gotcha. I don't know what she's talking about here. Oh, she's talking about a movie where one of the characters has an inhaler.
Right. And there's some girl bunnies, and they wear like little pink berets. And one has asthma, so she carries an inhaler. And I have asthma, so we both took out our inhalers and took a picture together.
That's cool.
She sounds pretty excited about the bunny costumes. She was probably thinking about trying to imply some pet play there. What do y'all think?
Good gravy.
I think she's very outgoing in spurts and then realizes, because in the end here, she pulls back in, pulls the blanket up. Like, I need to, maybe contain myself, but she just can't.
That's a good observation.
Because he'll say something and then she'll perk right back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing with her that she can't handle people not thinking that she's, the best thing since sliced bread. The people who worked at Greene County Jail, I can't remember what their job was, but one of the ladies said that in an interview that Gypsy came up to her like all excited. She's like, I heard you went to VisionCon. I go to VisionCon. And when the lady just kind of looked at her like, yeah, and, didn't match energy because she can't. It's not allowed to. That would be inappropriate. Gypsy got pissed off and started trying to make trouble for her, reporting her for things.
Mm-hmm.
Traveler Landed, you are welcome. Amber actually got these FOIAs. She has paid for several different FOIAs on her own. This particular drop was crowdfunded for, and she did all the work.
Thank you. Yes, I did.
Yep.
And I'm the one who I paid all of the money so that other people now can get it for cheaper.
Yeah, once someone has paid for all the research for the FOIA and they don't have to do it all again and they have all those files just sitting there, then they only charge for the file copy amount and not for all the research. So Amber's original crowdfunding, paying for the FOIA and doing all the work to actually get it and get them to do the research and give this to us is why other people can get it cheap now. So thank you, Amber.
Yes.
You're welcome. It was cheaper than what they originally quoted me. They had originally quoted me over $1,800. And I think I paid 800 and something. I can't remember right now, but yeah. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So the next part here, she's talking about going to Disney World at Christmas. She says it's a problem. You don't do that.
I would agree.
I've been on vacation and I don't want to think about it. Mostly take vacation talk. Making me jealous.
Well, the best time to go to Florida is in January.
January?
Don't ever go to Disney World in December. They say Christmas is beautiful. It is, but it is the most crowded possible.
I think Disney World gets really crowded.
Mom and I had went for Christmas Day one time, and you couldn't even see the floor.
Really? You wouldn't think on Christmas Day it would be that crowded.
Well, I thought since they showed the parade on the TV, Disney World Christmas Parade, that it was on Christmas Day that they had the parade. They filmed it like 2 months early.
Did they really? Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And so I'm like, oh, wait, no parade.
Interesting. That's gotta be strange. Like October doing a Christmas parade.
Yeah. It's one of their little secrets.
Should they have a lot of those?
And if you ever do get to go to is it Hollywood and Vine to Disney's Hollywood Studios and have dinner or lunch with an Imagineer. That's really amazing. Imagineers who basically makes the parks, thinks of the ideas for all of the architecture,
It's basically
layout,
the brains behind
the brains, and you get to ask them questions and find out inside scoops about different things. And I'm a huge animal lover, as you can see by my shirt. But at Disney's Animal Kingdom, I wanted to make sure that the animals were being treated right. So I asked him, I'm like, are the animals happy here? Or, are they happy like they would be in the wild, basically? And they're like, they're treated very, very good here. And they do have a program that the money that they make from certain things at Disney World, they give to, like, say, Africa to build natural barriers from elephants to humans or something that can protect the animals, even in Africa. So,
Very cool. That's good.
and
Yeah, she keeps trying to talk to this guy about animals over and over.
I knew an Imagineer. My aunt's sister's husband was an Imagineer. And he's actually the guy who invented Teddy Ruxpin. And he worked on It's a Small World and all those different rides and stuff. He was extremely interesting.
Interesting.
I like how she's so worried about these animals. She just had her mom killed.
Right.
Right. Yeah, and we know how she actually feels about animals.
Yeah.
There was a part in here. Where she said something about wanting to call her mom. And I can't find it now, but
Yeah, she said something about calling her mom. I just can't remember the context of it. It was like to ask her a question or something like that. I don't remember.
yeah, it was something like, well, if I could just call my mom, or something like that. It was very weird. I can't find that one in this particular one, but this part here sounds kind of interesting. I'm sure we've seen it before, but I thought we'd take a look if y'all don't mind.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay.
And I know there was another one that says the girl is dead too. He said to post that so they wouldn't come looking for me.
And who posted that?
Me.
You did that? Okay. On your own free will?
No.
You were told to put that on there.
Yes.
Now you said that first one.
The first one I wanted to put on that one because I wanted someone to find my mom and know that something was wrong.
Okay. So what is it safe to say that you put that on your own free will, that first one, but not the other ones? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I would never ever call my mom that, but yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Any other things that were posted on your Facebook?
That's about it.
Is that it?
I would like to ask some questions
Okay.
that I have.
Okay.
One, what is gonna happen to me?
Okay.
And two, am I gonna be sent back to Missouri? Can I get my luggage with money and my social security cards, my insurance card,
Okay.
and things like this?
Okay. The first question, I have no power or control over that because I'm not that person. I don't have that power of authority. Okay. That's still to be decided at this point. Okay. But I don't have that control, and I don't want to make any promises that I can't keep. Okay. As far as your personal property belongings and stuff, right now all that is part of an investigation. Okay. So it'll probably be retained for a period of time. Okay. All right. Okay. Give me just a little bit more time. Okay.
It's so crazy to me that she's just instantly like, well, am I being sent back to Missouri? I need to get my stuff.
And here's my stuff that I know I'm going to need. I'm going to need my social security card, like ready to go. And what's Nick doing in the other room, right? Is Gypsy okay? Can you tell her this? Can you make sure she's,
Yeah.
And her first question is, what's going to happen to me?
Tabitha Peters, which video are you talking about that has Nick's social security number in it? Please send me the information.
I didn't see that comment. My bad.
Y'all, that's the thing with these videos. I mean, I have to listen to every single second of it to catch these things. And I'm sorry for putting that out.
It was interesting to me that she instantly started saying, doing her alibi, doing her narrative on Nick, but she clearly didn't, at this point, she didn't think she needed an alibi for herself, really. But she was like telling Stan that she did not post that of her own free will. Nick told her to. When talking about the Facebook posts.
Uh-huh.
He was like, "Do you do that of your own free will?" And she starts shaking her head. And he's like, "Oh, you were told to put that on there?" And she says, "Yes, sir." Because, Stan Hancock, for whatever damn reason, insists on giving her all the answers in this interrogation.
Yeah, right.
I'm surprised she didn't put stupid on, I don't know what my own free will means.
Right? Yeah.
I actually really am.
If she'd been thinking of the story that she tries to tell today, she would have had a lot different things to say, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is frustrating how Stan gives her the answers over and over.
Mm-hmm. I was listening to that
Strategic guy.
detective. Yeah, and he was really going in on that detective.
Yeah, he was like, "These are not good interrogators," and I can't disagree. I feel like for the most part, like with his casebook and stuff, that Stan did a decent investigation. That these interrogations, I just have to be real, they're awful, in my opinion.
Mhm. Yeah, and like with Nick, it seemed like she was always cutting him off or not asking him questions about stuff that he brought up. And it's like, dude, you had plenty of opportunity to get more answers and you just shut them down.
Yeah. Very weird. There is a page out of Gypsy's book. It's not what I was looking for earlier, but something else I want to show y'all real quick. Take this down.
Thank you, Tabitha. I'll take that down and then. Actually, which interrogation is it? Is it the first one? Because there's like 5 discs for Nick.
Did we lose Nancy?
I guess so. She said she could only be on for an hour, so.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I'm trying to find the
Number 5. Okay, thank you very much. I'll look into it.
Okay. There we go. Let me share this real quick. Okay, this is a page from My Time to Stand. And Gypsy's talking about right after DFS came. And I thought it was interesting because now her and her defenders say that, we're just picking over her words and pointing out inconsistencies when all she did was misspeak, or maybe she was actually under trauma or scared or trying to hide something. But here's what Gypsy has to say about her different birth dates and the stuff like that Dee Dee had. She says, on the same report, it says, when confronted about all the inconsistent information she had provided to the hospital, Claudine stated she didn't know why the birth dates and personal information were wrong. Gypsy says, so which is it? She didn't know why the dates were wrong, or she changed them to avoid an abusive husband. The blatantly contradicting answers to the same question are so obvious to me as lies, but the investigators didn't seem to notice. Instead, the report continues, DFS and I cleared the scene without further incident. They never came back. Another institution dropped the ball. Well, we know DFS found out that Gypsy is 18,
Mhm.
and she's not a child for them to investigate at that point.
And she wasn't kidnapped.
Right? Yep. And that's another thing they were looking at.
Mhm.
And Dee Dee's story to them sounded reasonable enough. She told a lot of people that she was trying to hide from Rod. I thought for the longest time that was a lie from Dee Dee, until, we got Life After Lockup and Gypsy's book and all that stuff. And then they're talking about Rod being in jail, Rod being, tripping on acid while Gypsy was being born, Rod
Mhm.
getting in a fight and getting taken to jail whenever he was supposed to be like marrying Dee Dee, all this crazy stuff. And so that doesn't sound like a lie, but yeah, Gypsy's holding Dee Dee to a standard that any contradiction is an obvious lie, but she gets mad when we hold her to that standard too.
Well, and she's constantly holding her mom to one standard, but then her dad, she just completely dismisses all of the stuff that he did.
Oh yeah, all the passes, anything that Rod did is excused away because, Dee Dee villain.
Yeah. Yep. And he seems to be just a really big piece of trash, in my opinion. I had a better view of Rod before the emails.
I did too, honestly. He didn't come across that bad in Life After Lockup. He seemed like the only one that was kind of speaking sense a little bit. And then all of a sudden we read the emails and it's like, oh my God.
Yep. It's fascinating how you can observe somebody and not know just truly how awful they are.
Yeah, it really is. Because, like I said, in Life After Lockup, he didn't come across so bad. Whenever Christy was getting all up in drama and Gypsy was acting crazy, Rod's sitting there going, don't have a baby, not ready, don't have a baby. And it's like, oh, okay. For whatever happened earlier, it seems like he's got his feet on the ground. But then we read the emails and it turns out that just like Gypsy, Rod never changed.
Mm-hmm. Still a punk.
Yep. And Gypsy was recognizing in her emails that her and her dad are so much alike. And that was when she started trying to talk to Ryan about an open marriage, because she said she was never going to be able to just have one man in her heart.
Mm-hmm. And I wonder what Kenny Boy thinks about that.
Right? I'm curious too.
Because she's very she was very transparent in those emails, and then to see her constantly triangulating men against each other and just having all of these people writing her and her being obsessive over all of them, it's like that behavior didn't just go away.
Right. Yeah. And it's so funny to me that her excuse for everything we're revealing keeps being, well, I've grown and I've changed. I had therapy. But she went on the Kardashians complaining that, prison reform needs to happen because she didn't qualify for the kind of therapy she needed. So how are we supposed to believe she changed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one story after another of contradictions.
Always. Yep. And it's just really obvious from all of her communications and over the years that she never does change ever.
Mm-hmm. And she basically thinks that everybody around her needs to change except for her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's very good at preaching and giving life advice and stuff like that. So it's like the fact that we're supposed to believe that she's this innocent girl that never had any life experience, but yet she's constantly preaching and telling people how to live their lives. It's
right.
bananas.
Oh, she loves doing that. I remember, so she said to Nick, I can't remember if it was a Facebook message or email. It's one of the messages we have from them out there or new, I can't remember. But she says that, you know, she loves public speaking, very good at it. She spelled it VARY.
Mhm.
And said that she enjoys it and is so good at it that she doesn't think it's even her talking sometimes. She thinks it's God talking through her. And then I saw similar stuff like that in her email. One time in one of her emails, she was telling someone about Rod's sexcapades. And she was like, yeah, I was talking to him like a therapist and like laying out for him and really sounding like I know what I talk about. Who'd have thought, huh? Like she gets real proud of herself when she preaches.
Yes, she does. She loves to hear her own voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Elak, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, but I've been saying, just watch. We're going to see Preacher Gypsy before it's all done.
Lord have mercy.
Yep.
Well, she does crave holy water. So
Yeah. Baptized over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Cherokee girl. I appreciate that. Well, I think that is about all I wanted to go over. We can go ahead and end our live here. Thank you, everyone, so much for being with us in the chat. You have any last thoughts, Amber?
No, just, I mean, I started on this journey praying for Gypsy to have a good life. And now I'm putting all this stuff out that's showing what a piece of crap she is. And it's like, I'm still coming to terms with that. It's very odd for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, and you know, I remember how I felt when I initially heard, like my friend was telling me she'd come up to St. Louis, very clearly not herself, very upset. It was a sudden trip up from Aurora, and I didn't know why. And I finally asked what was wrong with my friend. And then she said, you remember Dee Dee and Gypsy, you know, and I'm like, yeah, cancer, wheelchair, blah, 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 Disney trips, Make-A-Wish, Katrina. And she goes, yeah, well, Dee Dee's been found stabbed to death. And the first thing out of my mouth was, oh my God, what about Gypsy? Is she okay? Because, you know, you hear that the only caretaker for someone that's in a wheelchair and at death's door all the time, so you thought, and not all there in the mind, that their only caretaker has been stabbed, and it's just like, oh shit, what's been happening to them? And then the next thing I heard was, brace yourself, she did it. And it's a wild emotional roller coaster.
The fact that your friend came all the way to St. Louis to tell you that from Aurora.
Well, she came to get her mind off of it.
Yeah, but I mean, to get her mind off of it, that she had to actually leave, you know, and go somewhere else and process it.
Yeah.
That tells a lot.
Oh yeah, they were not okay for a bit. Yep.
I bet.
Well, thank you so much for being here with me, and thank you to everyone in the chat. I really, really appreciate everyone for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Amber, what time is your live tomorrow?
5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We go live every Saturday at that time.
Awesome. Yeah, I will be on there with her tomorrow. We'll be talking more Gyp stuff, and I believe you're going to show new videos again, right?
Yes, I'm going to show the videos that I had already prepared to show. Unfortunately, they've already been seen, but that's life. So we're just gonna look at the video of Gypsy where she seems intoxicated, whether it be on opioids or alcohol.
Yeah.
That's one that we're definitely going to look at. So,
Or high on our own lies. Well, thank you so much, everyone. We're going to go ahead and end it here. Hope to see you all tomorrow on Into the Weeds chat.
yeah, thank you. Have a blessed day, everybody.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.